Hey everyone, welcome back to the Business Growth Hub podcast. Today we'll explore why money is the ultimate solution to all your problems and how you can acquire it. You've likely heard the saying, money won't solve all your problems. Well, I'm here to debunk that myth. I'll show you how money actually solves both financial and non-financial problems. This is the harsh reality of the world. Money holds significant importance, and it offers numerous avenues for problem solving and financial growth. I'll be your host today, Mick Foster from Purple Yak, the business coaching firm behind the Business Growth Club. Here we empower small businesses like yours to grow and scale with insight, education and advice. We work with hundreds of entrepreneurs like you every single day, and we bring their questions and learnings to this podcast to help more business owners to grow and thrive. Money has been an integral part of human life since the dawn of civilization. In this episode, I'll explain why money is essential and how to prioritize it effectively to address your problems. I'll also share strategies for making money a regular part of your life and building wealth. It's crucial to distinguish between accumulating cash and achieving true wealth. Money doesn't solve all your problems. I'm sure you've heard this before and seen many videos about money not being important. While I'm not a financial expert or accountant, I've lived and worked in business and can attest to the profound impact that money has on every aspect of our lives. When facing financial challenges like struggling to pay rent or ensuring a meal, it becomes incredibly difficult to focus on any other pressing matters. If your primary concern is providing for your family, ensuring shelter and food, and money poses a significant obstacle to this goal, then every other issue becomes secondary. You may neglect your physical or mental health, your relationships, or spiritual well-being. Money has become non-negotiable necessity. In some circumstances, you find yourself in survival mode, and all non-financial concerns take a back seat. Therefore, I want to emphasize that the lack of money and financial stability prevents you from even considering solutions to other problems. You simply lack the bandwidth and the ability to prioritize tasks effectively. Now let's consider the opposite scenario. You've achieved financial stability. You know that your rent or your mortgage will be paid, your cars will be serviced, and you'll have money in the bank and food will be on the table. Your basic needs are met. I'm not suggesting that financial stability automatically solves all your problems. Personal and relationship issues, mental health concerns, and so on. However, if you're struggling financially, solving these problems becomes virtually impossible. This is a fundamental reality. You can't afford to see a counsellor for mental health or relationships. Who can achieve the best results in terms of physical health? The people who have personal trainers who cost money. Even attempting to achieve the best results requires financial backing. You can go to the gym alone or go for a run, but it becomes increasingly difficult without money. You're essentially going uphill and making life significantly harder for yourself due to the lack of funds needed to support and solve all your other problems. Yes, there are miserable billionaires who are not happy. I don't have statistics or surveys, but from my personal life experience and the people that I've met along the way, I've observed more depressed and unhappy individuals who have money, but not enough. Money is an enabler. It enables you to accomplish tasks and alter your circumstances. Whether you seek meaning in life or spiritual well-being, this is simply how the world operates. Access is obtained through money, right? To access things, you spend money. You desire to meet interesting people and network. It's challenging if you can't afford to attend parties or events. Money can solve many of our problems, if not all. So how do we ensure financial health, stability, and abundance to address both business-related and personal issues? The concept is quite simple, but implementation is another matter. So what's the concept? You simply have to make it a top priority. Most people in life don't make wealth, financial independence, or financial well-being their top priority. They don't think, okay, in the next 10 years of my life, I'm dedicated to this. This is essentially the formula for every successful, wealthy entrepreneur that you know. They dedicate their entire lives, a specific period of their lives, to accumulate wealth and achieve financial freedom so that they can solve all their problems. Read the biographies of people like Elon Musk and Sarah Blakely, for example. The key point here is that it was their top priority for them. They need to be successful in their field and business to generate enough money. Then making money no longer is a concern. Now, many people around the world say, yes, I want to make money. I want to make it a priority. However, most people's top priority is having fun. I want to have as much fun as possible and enjoy life. But when it becomes your top priority instead of perhaps being third or fourth priority, then fun becomes your focus. They work for the weekend, for partying. They work for enjoyment, holidays, or whatever it is. However, if your number one priority is to make money, so that might involve growing your business to increase profitability, you save more money. So it becomes less and less of a problem for you, but money isn't the problem. If that's the case, then the thing you need to do is to make it your priority, your number one task every single day. I mean, every day that you go to work, you ask yourself, what am I doing to bring in money? You have to do something every single day to make money. I understand that this may sound a bit unusual, but that's precisely what it means to prioritize making money. In my world, a day isn't considered complete until I've taken some action to generate revenue. I know this episode is focused on money, but our goal is to find solutions to this problem. For many people, solving this problem can unlock numerous opportunities. So what strategies am I employing to attract more customers? Every day I ask myself, what actions can I take to increase my revenue from each customer? Am I constantly innovating and seeking ways to generate more expansive revenue? I'm considering offering more products and services, but it has to have direct impact. For instance, we recently conducted a webinar. It was a paid event and we made an offer to all the attendees. Most of the attendees were already clients of ours, but we offered to extend their memberships for another year to boost revenue at a discounted rate. That was my intention. I was focused on making more money. This is the task I've set for myself. It must have a direct impact. I've taken immediate action or soon to be generated action that will result in revenue. However, some people suggest posting on Instagram to promote their podcast, hoping it will grow and attract listeners who will eventually visit their website. From there, they might go on to an opt-in page, then maybe to a webinar and so on. But these steps don't directly contribute to generating revenue today. I know this may sound harsh, but it's crucial. I'm not suggesting you stop using Instagram or Facebook because we do it ourselves. We post daily to promote Purple Yak and our coaching programs. But I don't consider that my primary money-making task. It's just part of business and a necessary marketing effort for the podcast and for our programs. Every day, I have specific tasks focused on generating income. For example, you could call one of your suppliers and negotiate a better rate, which could result in increased profitability for you and for your business. This task could be completed tomorrow. By considering doing this, you build momentum and compound interest. So for each day on your to-do list, identify a task that directly contributes to your business's revenue. Consider reaching out to potential partners, scheduling in a webinar with them that promotes both of you. During the webinar, make an offer that can generate income. Within a week, you could be attracting more customers through that offer and collecting cash from those customers. Imagine this. Tomorrow, I'll craft an email campaign with a special offer. I'll immediately provide a clear call to action for customers to purchase my products and services, resulting in immediate cash flow. You could do this yourself tomorrow for you and your business. Focus on a daily money-making task. Consistently doing this for about 40 to 60 days forms a habit, leading to noticeable results. You might wonder, how did I make so much money in the last 40 to 60 days? It's because I made consistent daily progress, accumulating income and savings. This doesn't happen by chance. To conclude today's session, I understand I may seem demanding about money. The reason for this is personal experience. I know how challenging it can be to manage both financial and non-financial aspects of life. About 8 years ago, when I became a full-time entrepreneur, I personally faced uncertainty about paying the mortgage until the very last few days of the month. It was terrifying. In those moments, I couldn't focus on anything else due to the overwhelming pressure. I neglected my health, probably in the worst shape of my life. I put on weight. I couldn't concentrate on my happiness. I couldn't build good habits, pursue hobbies, or even find relaxation. In that moment, I realised I needed to find a permanent solution. That's when I decided to focus on making money every single day. This allowed me to escape financial insecurity and worrying about putting a roof over my head and eating. Don't mistake me for a multi-billionaire. I'm still committed to this practice, but I've dedicated the last few years to ensuring that money doesn't become a burden for my business or my life. I want to achieve comfortable levels of financial security. This isn't an easy task, and it demands sacrifice. However, I'm content with the knowledge that it will yield positive results, and I've already witnessed a significant difference between my life 8 years ago and now. While having cash in the bank doesn't instantly solve all your problems, it opens up numerous opportunities. It allows you to seek help when needed. It offers you options that you wouldn't have if you didn't have that financial stability. Of course, life will continue to present new challenges, but as you build a business and accumulate wealth, you've developed resilience, a knack for problem solving, and that's why you're valuable as an entrepreneur. Thank you for tuning in to the Business Growth Club. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe and share with fellow entrepreneurs. If you've got any burning questions, reach out on our social channels or email michael@purpleyak.co.uk. Thanks so much for listening. Take care.